In this video, I will discuss 3 easy financial moves that you need to make now in order to get control of your finances and start your journey to financial independence. Let's get started. Welcome back to Unstrapped. My name is Rachel. The first financial move that you need to make is to get clear about where you stand financially, and a good way to do that is to calculate your net worth. Now, I know a lot of us, when we think about net worth, we think about celebrities or athletes that have really high net worths, like even in the millions. But you have a net worth too. And unfortunately, for a lot of people, their net worth is negative. Calculating your net worth is a very detailed process. So by that I mean you cannot work off of assumptions. Like, I think I have this much in student loan debt, or maybe I have this much in my retirement accounts. You need specific numbers. So the first thing I want you to find is all your assets. So by assets I mean things that you own or things that put money into your pocket. So think of like the current market value of your home, your checking account, your savings account, if you have any investment properties, or if you have retirement accounts. All of those things increase in value, hopefully, and they are your assets. So assets are basically cash that you have on hand, and assets can be liquid, which means it's very easy to get access to that money, such as your checking account or your savings account or investment accounts that aren't retirement accounts. Or it can be illiquid, which means it's harder to get to that cash, but it is available, such as your home or any investment properties. So the next thing I want you to do is to calculate all of your liabilities. Now, these are your debts or what you owe someone. Now, these take money out of your pocket versus assets put money into your pocket. Now, this step isn't as fun as calculating your assets because it can be a little discouraging and daunting to have all of your debts laid out in front of you, and it can be discouraging. But I encourage you, do not skip this step. It is very important to see all of your debts so that you can get clarity of where you stand financially, but also you can make a plan for getting rid of that debt. So after you've made your list of all your assets and all your liabilities, you simply just have to subtract the two, and that is how you determine your net worth. So let's say, for example, when you calculate all of your assets, it equals $200,000. But then when you calculate all of your liabilities, that equals $50,000. So if you subtract 200,000 by 50,000, that gives you a net worth of $150,000, and that's fantastic. The second financial move you should make now is to make clear and realistic financial goals. Financial growth is a journey, not a destination. So it is very wise to have goals to help you move forward on that journey. So some examples of good financial goals may be you want to purchase a house, you want to fully fund your 401k or your Roth IRA, you want to save an emergency fund. All of those are great financial goals. Financial goals are by nature very personal. So don't think that you have to have the exact same financial goals as someone else. Your financial goals will be as unique as you are. But if you're struggling to decide what your financial goals should be or how to create them, then here are a few tips to help you create your financial goals. So I want you to start by thinking about what is a dream that you've always had, or an idea that you've always wanted to make a reality. And it could be as simple as having a big backyard for your kids to play in because you never had one, or owning your own business one day and working for yourself. Now that you have that idea in mind, I want you to think about what is the gap between where you are now and that dream. Basically, what's standing in the way of you reaching your dream? Could the gap be your credit score is really low and you can't qualify for a home loan, or you have so much debt that you can't afford to start your own business right now? Now, I want you to take that gap or that problem that you've identified, and I want you to think about what would it take for you to solve it? Would it be you paying off debt? Would it be you working on getting your credit score higher? Would it be you making more income and taking on a second job? But whatever it takes to solve that problem or to fill that gap, that is your financial goal. Now, before we move on to the third financial move that you need to make, if this video has been helpful to you so far, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to join the Unstrapped community. The third financial move that you need to make now is to live on a budget. This move is so crucial because you have to know where your money is going in order to get clear about where you stand financially, but also in order to make clear and realistic financial goals. So what is a budget? A budget is basically a spending plan for your monthly income. So let's say you make $4,000 a month, then your budget will be a plan for how you're going to spend that $4,000. Now, trust me, if you do not make a plan for that $4,000, it will grow legs and walk right out of your bank account, and you'll be asking yourself at the end of the month, where did all my money go? Or how am I living paycheck to paycheck and I make good money? I made a video about why you need to budget and how to create one, and I put a lot of details in that video, so I will link it in the cards above and in the description box below, so be sure to check that out if you need help starting your budget. Living on a budget is very important in order to make sustainable financial goals. So if you took my advice from financial move number 2 and you actually created some financial goals, it'll be very difficult for you to accomplish those goals if you don't have a budget or know where your money is going every month. So for example, let's say your financial goal is to pay your credit cards off this year, but you don't have a budget. And you decide that you want to put an extra $300 a month to your credit cards in order for them to be paid off this year. But since you don't have a budget, you don't realize that you don't have an extra $300 a month to put to your credit cards. And you probably don't even have savings. So when an unexpected expense comes up, such as a vet bill or a car repair, that's going directly on the credit card. So now you're going backwards. And I feel like this is what makes a lot of people frustrated and say things like, well, I tried budgeting or I tried financial goals and it didn't work for me. No, you tried it without a plan. And one of my favorite quotes is, "A dream without a plan is just a wish." So be sure that you're living on a budget. Your financial goals will be made that much stronger. And also your future self will thank you for living on a budget now. Now I want to hear from you. What are some of your financial goals? Share them down in the comments and I look forward to reading them. Thank you so much for watching, and if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more videos like this. Bye for now.